everyone, today's video is a cozy digital declutter. On today's agenda, I'm going to be organizing my files, clearing out my phone, deleting tons of photos and videos that's taking up a lot of storage space. I'm also going to be unsubscribing from multiple companies so that it doesn't clog up my emails, and I'm essentially going to be resetting my digital life. So if your camera roll looks just like mine, then this video is definitely for you. So I finally got that dooming notification on my phone that says that my storage space is getting full. So I figured that why not, I should just do a digital declutter with you guys. So as a full-time photographer and videographer, I have this tendency to take photos and videos of absolutely everything, pretty much every single day. So of course, I understand why the storage space on my phone is getting full, but now it's time to finally clear this stuff out, or at least back it up so that it's not taking up space on my phone. So this is essentially a no pressure video, but if you have been thinking about doing a digital declutter, then I invite you to join me. If not, that is totally fine. Feel free to do some of your cozy hobbies or whatever you had on your agenda today. You can put my video on in the background so it feels like you have somebody accompanying you. So throughout the video, I'm going to put on 10-minute timers so that we can take 10 minutes each to declutter our phone, organize our files, and empty out our inboxes. So I've created a list of 13 things so that if you wanted to screenshot this list and keep it for when you need it down the road, you're more than welcome to, or you can refer to the description box below because I've also included the checklist in there too. So number one is clear 1,000 photos from your camera roll. And if you're like,
oh my gosh, you have more than 1,000 photos in your camera roll?
yes, I do. Okay, don't judge me. Like I said, I take photos and videos every single day off my phone. It's just convenient instead of just whipping out my DSLR. I take photos for accountability purposes as well, but I also like taking photos of my meals, my dogs, everything. I really need to clear up my camera roll. So that is number one on the list. And also too, I have this tendency of taking like 10 photos of the exact same subject and then picking my favorite from those 10 photos. And then honestly, just sometimes I forget to delete them. So we're going to be addressing that today, okay? Number two is delete duplicate screenshots. Now, I'm not the type of person to take multiple screenshots of the same thing, but I know that I have screenshots on my phone that I can probably get rid of today. So number three is organize your downloads folder. My downloads folder is absolutely embarrassing. Like, I don't even want to show it to you because it's so bad. But to give you some context, I do a lot of branding work for clients. So there are times where I need to download fonts, imagery, you know, like mock-up stuff. And so oftentimes I forget to put it in the correct folder, you know, like to keep it organized on my computer. And then I just leave it in the downloads folder. And then when I look at my downloads folder down the road, I'm like, oh, this font file should have been put into the font folder that it was supposed to be in. But yeah, I just have this tendency to like leave things in my downloads folder. I'm getting way better at it. I used to be really, really bad before, but yeah, I'm way more organized than I used to be. But that goes to show that nobody's perfect. We are trying our best. We're trying to implement good habits so that it doesn't stress us out in the future. But today I'm going to be addressing it so that I'm not stressed. Number four is sort and delete old work files. So as a photographer and videographer, I have this tendency to keep old projects because you just never know when you're going to need them. For instance, I usually redo my website at least once a year, and sometimes I need old photos that I've taken before, or I have a client who wants to retrieve an old photo or video of a loved one who passed away. So for me, it's really important to keep these old projects, but I should probably either put them on a hard drive or upload them on Dropbox so that I can retrieve them online or through a physical hard drive. They don't need to be taking up the space that is currently on my computer. Number five is tidy your desktop folders and icons. So I just got a brand new PC that you may have seen me setting up in this video right here. So my desktop isn't as crazy as it used to be. Actually, my desktop has never been that crazy. So this will give you an opportunity to make your desktop look clean. Number six is back up your important photos, videos, and documents. So as a small business owner, I have a lot of important photos, videos, and documents that I need to back up just in case anything happens to my phone or computer. Number seven is unsubscribe from 10+ email newsletters. So I've subscribed from so many different company newsletters, but today is going to be the day where I unsubscribe from them because they're taking up my inbox. Number eight is delete or archive old notes or voice memos. So I love to sing and write songs, and there are multiple times where I will hit the record button on my voice memo and I will just like sing some diddlies, or I will also play around with lyrics and stuff because I have a horrible memory when it comes to songwriting. So, you know, once I have one idea, I'm on to the next one. And then sometimes when I'm on to the next one, I can't remember what I just sang. So it's really important for me to like keep those voice memos. But today I'm going to be narrowing it down to just keeping the important voice memos. And when it comes to notes, I write notes, like random notes throughout the week. I don't need to keep every single one of those. So today I'm going to be clearing those up as well. Number 9 is clear unused apps from your phone or tablet. If you're anything like me, I have a whole bunch of apps on my phone that I don't need to use, or sometimes I'll be like, oh, I might need to use this app down the road. And then 6 months goes by and then I look at that app again and I'm like, okay, you know what? I should have listened to my previous self and just deleted it. Number 10 is organize files into intentional minimalist folders. So when it comes to some of my organization, I have folders within folders within folders. So now I'm gonna just try to make them way more simplistic because sometimes I overly complicate things and I just need to just make it simple. Number 11 is empty your trash or recycling bin. So the other day I deleted 300 photos from my phone and I don't know what it is, but when I hit the empty button, I just feel so much better after. Like I feel like I'm just clearing up space from my phone, but also my head because I'm like, oh, I don't have to think about this later because I've already deleted it. Number 12 is set digital maintenance reminders on your phone. So as a goal of mine, I am planning on being a lot more organized this year. I am getting a lot better than how I was like in the last few years, but you know, you can always improve. One thing that I have been doing is setting digital declutter reminders on my phone. And apparently this time it didn't come soon enough because my storage was getting full. So maybe I need to make the increments smaller. I highly encourage you to do it. I think it's a really great way to keep yourself accountable and to not have digital declutter in your devices. Number 13 is to celebrate with your favorite beverage, light a candle, and take a deep breath. I don't know about you, but when it comes to digital decluttering, it takes so much out of me, and it's only because I'm going through so many files, photos, videos, you know the works. It's kind of a big thing to go through a digital detox, so I think that something like this would need to be celebrated. I just want you to know that if going through old photos and videos is triggering for you, but you decided to show up and go through it with me today, I am so proud of you. It's not always easy to face the past, especially when it comes to bringing up old memories or bringing up emotions that you weren't expecting. So whether or not you've gone through a few folders or even just opened one, that's still considered progress. This is just a reminder to be gentle with yourself and just take it one step at a time. You are doing amazing. So first things first, I'm going to go through my camera roll and delete over 10,000 photos and videos off of my camera roll. I'm going to start a 10-minute timer right now. So when it comes to deleting photos and videos off of my phone, I like to scroll all the way down to the bottom of my gallery, and then I like to work my way up. some blurry pictures of my dogs on here. I don't know why I kept these. I might have just forgotten about them and then forgot to delete them. Oh, come, sit. I have some old vlog videos on my phone from when I first started vlogging, and this was actually on January 6th of 2024. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna watch it right now and see how cringy it's gonna be. Oh my gosh, okay, that was so cringy. That is gonna get deleted. have about 2 minutes left on the clock, and let's see how many photos and videos are in my trash. Okay, so I only got 48 images and 5 videos in my trash. Part of the reason it takes me so long is because like I'm also reminiscing at the same time, and I'm just like looking back at a lot of photos and videos that I've taken last year. Yeah, and I'm kind of just like also processing whether or not it's worth keeping or if I should back them up. So this is totally gonna take me longer than 10 minutes to figure out, but I'm glad that I made a little bit of a dent. This is just me getting a head start on it, I guess. Oh, that's my alarm. And that's tofu. That's what I ended on. Okay, let's see. Okay, so I got to 50 images and 12 videos. So at this rate, it's probably going to take me all night. I'm going to move on to the next thing now. So the next thing that I'm going to choose that's on the list is to unsubscribe from 10 plus email newsletters. Don't think it'll take 10 minutes, but if anything, I'm also going to delete a whole bunch of junk mail and any emails that I don't need. So I'm starting the timer right now. Perfect. So I was able to delete 244 emails from my inbox, and I know that it's a rabbit hole, so I know that I could keep going, but for the sake of this video, I'm gonna move on to the next thing. And I also unsubscribed from 12 companies too. So yay, progress. So this will be the last time that I'll be putting on a timer for this video, but I'm gonna be doing 3 tasks, which is to tidy up my downloads folder. I actually just got this PC, so my downloads folder isn't going to be that bad. So I know it's not going to take more than 10 minutes to organize, but then I'm also going to delete or archive old notes and voice memos. And also, just to make everything official, I'm going to empty out my trash and recycling bin. So now it is time to organize my downloads folder. I'm going to start the clock one last time. Let's do this. downloads folder is now clear. So next I'm going to delete or archive old notes and voice memos. I have some old notes on here that don't make sense whatsoever, so it's probably a good thing that I'm going through this and deleting them. Perfect. I've actually completed a lot of the tasks that were on the list over the last 30 minutes. And so now I'm going to celebrate with a cup of tea, lighting a candle, and taking a deep breath. Yay, I lit a candle. It says Best Dog Mom. I got this from HomeSense and I thought it was so cute. And I also got my tea. It is wild orange and it tastes so good. Anyways, cheers. Oh my gosh, amazing. Okay, so that was a mission, but we did it! If you ended up decluttering just even a little bit today, I am so proud of you. If you ended up doing your own digital reset today, I would love to know how it went. But in the meantime, I love posting short form content, especially on Instagram and TikTok. So if you have Instagram and TikTok, my username is Cozy with Andrea, and I love posting about cozy living, hobbies, and music. So until then, I will see you in the next one, or I will see you in this video right over here. Bye!